the way that we think about it, and hopefully what shined through in Adam's presentation today, is as you're evaluating a vendor, we think about it, like Tracy said, in three, core pillars. There's like the compliance, ethical, legal, core principles side of it, which is like the price of admission, right? You either pass that test as a vendor or you don't, because if you don't, like, yeah, there's a lot of downstream ramifications of that. So that's, everything from security, privacy, but also like ethical, the way that you're approaching AI and how you're testing things and how you're auditing things. That's all got to be part of the consideration. Then, number two is, does the vendor actually have a perspective? I think the challenge that a lot of folks are having on the market right now, in practitioners with vendors in the space, is there's just so much noise, similar to what we talked about with applicants. There's so much AI noise, AI hype. Everybody's releasing a new feature every single day that has AI incorporated into it. LinkedIn feeds are flooded with AI feature announcements, but it's really hard to find a vendor's perspective on like, what are they actually trying to solve for? And so for us, you heard it through in our presentation, like we've aligned on these two core challenges that majority of customers that we work are facing every single day in their hiring process with screening and selection and hiring collaboration. So everything we do is aligned with those two core challenges and compounds across our solution. So like Tracy mentioned, she wants to see their roadmap. I totally agree. I think it's like, they have to have a plan. They have to have a perspective. And then the third side of it, Tracy mentioned, she said, a pilot, I think, I would call the pillar evidence, right? So it's like, whether it's a pilot and you see it for yourself, or whether there's some form of social proof and customers or references that you can talk to. I think that's like the third pillar. And Select Software obviously can advise you guys as well on software to give them a shout out. But that's the way I look at it.
And I'll say, of any feature we've ever released or any theme of features we've released, trials have never been asked for more than with AI. There's still so much skepticism about the promises that organizations make and what AI can accomplish. And even though companies are coming out with new features all the time, it still is a relatively new technology. So you have to lean into that skepticism a little bit, which also means you've got to make sure that what you're rolling out really does help solve a problem, because your customers, the market, they will sniff that out pretty quickly if it's just a shiny tool that really isn't doing much for you.